A majority of American adults prefer stricter enforcement of gun laws over new gun laws as the best way to reduce gun violence. But for the first time, we asked them about permitless concealed carry. Second Amendment advocates are not going to want to miss this. First, two quick questions. One, does the U.S. need stricter gun control laws? 50% of Americans say yes, and 41% say no. It isn't exactly split, but it's also quite a far cry from the mandate that politicians seem to feel they have when they talk about new firearm legislation. 34% of Republicans are for stricter gun control laws, as are 39% of independents, but 20% of Democrats are against them. And two, does the U.S. need stricter enforcement of existing gun control laws? Now we have a much stronger signal here. 67% of Americans, a very strong majority, say yes, while 24% say no. Clearly, Americans aren't happy with gun violence and they want something done, and this option is much more popular than new gun control laws. A strong majority of Americans of all politics support this, including 82% of Democrats, 60% of Republicans, and 58% of independents. What does stricter enforcement of existing gun control laws mean? We'll leave that up to you, post in the comments, but let me suggest two of the many options that come to my mind. One, in many mass shooting instances, a youth has possession of an illegal firearm and mental health issues are involved. And two, in some large American cities, certain district attorneys are pushing policies that reduce or eliminate bail and soften penalties for some violent crimes. But we were thorough, and we pitted those two options against each other. Which would do more to reduce gun violence in America? Passing new gun control laws or stricter enforcement of existing gun control laws? 33% say new gun laws, but 51% say stricter enforcement of existing gun laws. This is a very important public opinion truth. We've asked this question before and have seen directionally the same results, though the two responses are closer together than they were a year ago. But a majority of Americans say it makes more sense to actually use what we have on the books, despite DC's propensity to grasp at new restrictions every time there's a prominent shooting in the news. A majority of Democrats want new gun laws, but only 52%. 68% of Republicans, however, would prefer stricter enforcement of existing laws. But check out independents. Stricter enforcement beats new laws by almost 20 points. But here's the headline getter. Nearly half of U.S. states now allow concealed carry of firearms without a permit. Do you approve or disapprove? 50% approve, 30% strongly, and only 29% strongly disapprove. More men than women approve, and surprisingly, the over 65 crowd approves less than younger Americans. There isn't much difference by race, but Hispanic Americans are meaningfully more in favor of permitless concealed carry than anyone else. Also very interesting to me is that Americans with lower income are about 10 points more in favor than wealthy Americans. But here's party. Republicans are far more in favor than other Americans at 65%, but I was actually surprised the number wasn't higher. 42% of Republicans strongly approve and only 16% strongly disapprove, however. Independents approve more than Democrats by quite a bit, but they are still closer to Democrats than Republicans. So what do these numbers say? We would love to hear your thoughts. But first, please take a moment to hit like and subscribe to our channel. The Second Amendment is a tricky one to poll on, so we would love your input for new questions to ask. Also, check out our video I'm about to link, which shows that 49% of Americans support arming teachers in the classroom as a deterrent to school shootings. Fascinating stuff, and thanks for watching.